Howdy and welcome to another video from CompSci.rocks. In this video, we're going to work our way through the AP Calendar free response question from the 2019 AP Computer Science exam. For this free response, you're going to implement two related methods within the same class with a little help from some helper methods. So let's start by looking at what we're given in the problem. Everything we'll be writing is in this class, AP Calendar. And we're given three support methods with implementation not shown in the method body. When you see implementation not shown on a free response question, it's a huge hint that you should be calling these methods as part of your solution. They're usually there to make it easier on you to come up with a solution, and depending on the year and the rubric, you might not be able to get full credit for the problem without calling them. Part A has us implementing a method named number of leap years. And Part B has us implementing a method to determine which day of the week a day falls on given the month, day, and year. One thing to notice here is the order of the question lists the methods. Part A comes immediately after the first helper method. That's a solid hint that you should be calling is leap year from within your solution to number of leap years. And Part B follows the other two helper methods, so you'll probably be calling them from within day of week. So let's take a look at Part A. What it's asking you to do is calculate the number of leap years between year 1 and year 2 inclusive. So if either year 1 or year 2 is a leap year, it should be counted by your code. First thing I like to do on methods that return a value is to create a variable to hold the value and return it at the end. I start like this so I don't forget to return the value at the end. This variable C&T is going to hold the count of how many leap years we find. Next, we're going to loop through all of the years from year 1 to year 2 inclusive. Notice that we need to have y less than equal to year 2. Otherwise, it won't count year 2 as a leap year, assuming that it is. This is probably the most common mistake I see students make when we've done this free response in class. And here's where we look to see if the year we're checking y is a leap year by calling the isLeapYear method. Yes, you probably could have gotten by using mod 4, mod 100, and mod 400 to determine if y is a leap year, but it's way easier to use the support method that you're given. And if it is a leap year, add 1 to count, and we have a working method. For Part B, we need to determine what day of the week a date falls on given the month, day of the month, and year. This problem tells you that if it's a Sunday, return 0, Saturday, return 6, and the other days fall in the middle. First thing we need to know is what day of the week the first day of that year falls on, and we use the helper first day of year for this. And then we need to know what day of the year from 1 to 365 the date passed is. Once we have those, we can do a bit of math and calculate the day of the week. But there's a problem here. This will only work for the first 7 days of the year. Once we hit day 8, we're overflowing. We could use a while loop and keep subtracting 7 to get our value back in range, but there's an easier way. If we mod our value by 7, it'll keep our return value in the range it needs to be in. And here's our working solutions for both parts. This wasn't a logically difficult problem, but it did take some understanding about what the question was asking to be able to solve it, and knowing what the helper methods they gave you did so that you could put them together into a working solution. And with that, we're done. Thanks for working through this with me, and we'll see you next time.